Yeah, I mean, being a part of any type of run like that, it's very fun to play. And, when things are going your way like that, it's very contagious, like you said. And I think guys coming off the bench and even guys on the floor at the time, once they saw other people making shots, I think it gave them more confidence to shoot and take good shots. So I think overall it was just a great offensive performance by us.
That was your best shooting night from three-point range as a UVA player. You were confident this would come, right?
Yeah, no, I've been in a little bit of a slump from behind the arc, but I trust my mechanics, trust my technique. I just keep working every day, and I know eventually they're going to start falling. Hopefully this is a trend now that they start falling a little more, but just stick to the grind and just keep shooting.
Sam, they had been off because of a COVID pause. They hadn't played a game since January 5th. I'm curious, how aware were you guys of that? And did that make it extra important to get kind of a big start to kind of take advantage while the rust was still there?
To be honest, we never talked about that. We were preparing for a really good team, and Coach challenged us in practice the last couple of days because Clemson is a very good basketball team, and we took that challenge very seriously, and we came out on top tonight.
You talked about your three-point shooting. I'm curious, did you see Thomas's big night coming?
Yeah, absolutely. Tom's a worker. He stays in the gym. He's always working on his craft. So I knew his time was coming. He just had to stick with it, and you're gonna see a lot more of him this year.
Sam, it's your first game against a ranked team since the Gonzaga loss. So I was curious, just how different did things feel on the court in the locker room tonight going up against Clemson compared to that loss a couple weeks ago?
I mean, yeah, we learned from that loss. I mean, I think when you lose a game, you learn. You don't really take it as a loss necessarily. You learn from it and grow from it. And I think we've grown. We've taken some really good strides since that game, and it's been showing. We're undefeated in the conference right now. We just got to keep sticking with it at practice and stick to the grind, and hopefully we can keep winning.
All right, next three we'll have Preston Willett, Doug Dowdy, and Gene Wong.
Sam, kind of going off of that, I know Gonzaga was y'all's kind of first real test of the season, but coming into this one, this is an ACC game on the road. Kind of what do you take from this in just kind of y'all's first time out on the road against, one of the better teams in the ACC?
I mean, you take some from it, but you just got to stick to the grind. I think Coach was talking about it with you guys before. You don't look past this because you can take things we did well in this game, and you can also take things that we didn't do as well in this game and learn from it and get better, take strides. So we're going to keep working in practice and stick to the grind.
Very cliche for Hauser, stick to the grind.
Could you talk about what you perceived of this Virginia program offensively before you came in?
I mean, I think nationally the program is viewed as like a slow pace, and but I don't think that really matters if we're scoring on a lot of our possessions and getting quality looks. So this year we have a lot of guys who are very versatile and can score in multiple ways. So in this game that really showed. We have a lot of shooting, but we can't get 2-3 happy because they're not always going to fall like tonight. So, but overall it was a great offensive performance.
Sam, I asked this same question to Tony. It's hard to win in the ACC, but you guys just went on the road against the number 12 team in the conference and won by 35. What does it say about how good this team can be with that kind of performance?
Yeah, I mean, we showed a lot tonight. Obviously, you continue to grow and practice hard and take the good things from tonight, but also take things that we can learn from. And defensive end, we got to stay to it. Obviously, this program is built on defense, so we showed that tonight, and that's kind of why we ended up on top.
All right, last two for Sam from Brad Franklin, Caroline Darney.
Sam, you've mentioned practice a couple of times. Coach mentioned practice a few minutes ago. What have these practices been like since the Gonzaga game? He said they've been, really competitive. What's it been like, and have you seen a change since that loss down in Fort Worth?
Yeah, well, I think because of our depth, there's a lot of competition in practice, and guys are really going at each other. So you really have to earn your time on the floor. And obviously, taking a hard punch to the face from Gonzaga, it's hard to get up from that, but you learn, you live, you move on. And I think we've taken some great strides.
Sam, you see how much is just the feeling of gelling on both ends of the court as you get more and more time together, because you see some of the forced turnovers tonight, you see the 22 assists. And then secondarily, was any of this just being angry that you couldn't watch the Packers?
Go Pack, go.
Hey, Thomas, Coach Bennett often says that he tells players who haven't been playing a lot to stay ready, that their opportunity will come. Did you have a conversation with him like that recently? And you know, what do you attribute your game tonight to?
I did not had that conversation face to face, but of course, every time after a game where somebody did not play it as much, he would mention it just to be ready and stay with the team united. So yeah, I mean, it's of course something that you like to hear, especially coming from not playing a game or so. And so yeah, you just stick to improving and trust the process.
Coach Bennett and then Sam had mentioned learning from that Gonzaga loss and sort of applying those lessons. I was curious, what were some of the things that you took away from that game and have sort of applied here in the first game since a ranked team since?
I would say we started the Gonzaga. We went to the Gonzaga game with not the same anger we had today. We weren't hungry to beat them and to prove that we are good as we are. And also, I believe that sometimes you got to lose to understand who you are and to win other games. So it's not a loss. It's more of a understanding and an improvement, personally.
Thomas, what's it like to be on the floor in a game where everything is working so well and the shots are falling, the defense looks good, the other team is struggling? What's it like to be out there for that?
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's fun. It's engaging. Everybody's cheering up from the bench. Energy just flows out of your body like there's nothing. Like, it's just a happy moment, especially now with COVID. It's enjoyable.
You personally got going kind of in the second half last year and really helped spark the offense. How do you think you've played up to this point this year? And do you feel like maybe tonight was a breakthrough?
I hope it's a breakthrough. Let's put it that way. And yeah, I mean, I played well, of course. The energy came from the defensive end. Everybody was engaged. So you have your teammates that have your back, and at that point you just show up to play, and I mean, yes, last year I struggled the first half of the season, and I hope now that we passed that struggling moment, that we can move forward with a better end goal, especially with maybe playing the March Madness.
All right, last three for Thomas. We'll go Preston Willett, Doug Doughty, and Danielle Stein.
Thomas, what is practice like right now with this team? I mean, at the beginning of the season, Tony was playing 10, 11 players each game, and now it's kind of dwindled down a little bit to, where you're not getting as much playing time. So how competitive is it to get those minutes in to earn an opportunity like you had tonight?
I mean, you said it gets more competitive. People trying to get to be engaged more often, and it's good for the team. How you gotta play against people that are there to win games, and same thing happens in practice where you go head to head with first and second team. So it's positive, even if I'm the one that gets less minutes.
Coach Bennett mentioned the crowd. There was a band there and close to 2,000 people. How different was it from what you've been experiencing?
That was incredible. I mean, it felt like we were back to regular, and even if we were not at home, like just having the energy from the stands, people that cheering against you, just motivate you to keep going, which is something that I like. And yeah, it's just amazing to see people in the stands as well.
Thomas, you had a double figure scoring tonight. You were one of the 5, and this has been happening a couple times, more than ever under Tony Bennett. So what's it like just being part of this, kind of going along the lines of how competitive it is, just how, well-rounded you guys are from an offensive front?
What can I say? I mean, it's nice to see. Nice that everybody click right away, and we are on the same page. And I don't know how to answer that, because of course it's nice to have everybody engaged and producing for the team.